Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up! This is your hometown.
Ugh. Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say, it feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Especially if he knew Law was... Law? Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here.
Just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head to...
Hey, Nayth.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Danan disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegus.
Lenegus? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Oh, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nayth.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zionne Mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. But there's a giant zeugle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A zeugle, huh?
Well, I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way.
Hmm.
All right.
I guess...
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nayth was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on. We're going through Zionne Mine to Berg Volcano. Let's move.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
Calaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby.
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors, and his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels? Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile.
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
We've reached our destination.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancius.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Does that mean eyes were burning holes in us?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zionne Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. so hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast!
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
This one!
Like moths to the flame.
Mega ray! A freezing storm! Ice tornado to duel the eye! You're mine! Lightning!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
A freezing storm! Leave the enemy's arcs to me! I'm ready!
No complaints here.
Mega ray! Annihilation! Mega ray! Get toasty!
Burn strike.
Now! Annihilation! A freezing storm! Raging tornado! Celestial! Mega ray! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes.
We can really make weapons with this?
I never miss! Annihilation!
Armor won't
You have to aim for the bright area on their back! Freezing storm!
Got fire.
I've got this!
The
Let 'em
enemy
march
is ours too.
We'll soon see about that! Mega ray!
No armor can stop me.
That could easily stand just as well. I'm here to stop it.
Ice tornado! Maybe she'll see some... a little kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle it.
You... can be really dense, Dohalim. One more! Freeze Lancer! Annihilation! Here I come! A freezing storm! Get out of there! And tornado! In here! More annihilation! Radiant blast! Take Mega ray! Radiant pierce! Mega ray! You're open! Winds of heaven! In here!
I'm ready. Light burst forth.
Radiant genesis! You don't mess around!
Certainly not. Benediction light.
Here's a healing art! First aid! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
This looks nice and tough.
Huh.
sure you survive this.
A freezing... Do not take cover when it comes. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Ready?
Oh!
Back in their defense!
Glad you like your useless.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Here, let me help. First aid! A freezing...
Ready and raring!
Ice tornado!
Tiger blade!
Now, Long, get toasty!
Bird strike!
Now, fierce glaciers! Toxicity! Take it!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! Freezing storm!
Benediction light.
Ice tornado! I'm on a roll! Mega ray!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Behold! The Earth's hope! Tectonic fission!
Mega ray!
Raging
Mega
lunar
ray!
storm!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
That was way stronger than regular fire power.
You won't hear me complaining.
You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer, thank you very much.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Mega ray!
Shield and mate!
A freezing storm! Lightning ice tornado! Here! Raging cascade!
I got nothing.
Hold on to your arms! Here I come!
No further! Why can't they just sit still?
Zionne, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
No dawn, no break.
Eat dirt! A freezing storm! Ice tornado!
I'm ready.
Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
You're open! Annihilate! A freezing storm! That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Look now! Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I need to be stronger.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
I'll smash you!
A freezing storm!
Denied!
Holy... Sighted! It's over!
If it cools up, time to get out of the way!
Here! A freezing storm!
It's almost too strong!
Split it up!
Be my guest!
Get on it! It's over! Lightning! Illuminate the storm!
This one keeps exhausting us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Done! I'll leave it to you!
Arrow squall!
Armor won't save you!
Go! Raging here! A freezing storm! Magic is there! A freezing storm! Here! Ice tornado! I'm only getting started! A freezing storm! Ice tornado! Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
A flawless victory.
Naturally!
Looks like we won.
My face is starting to sting. My throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Zionne? Oh, wait. You're hungry.
Let's see what you've got.
Going in!
Thunderbolt! Here I go! I'm only getting started! A freeze strike!
The bigger they are, the harder they fall! Lightning meteor!
Exploit the enemy's weakness!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Breath of of life. Heal my weary. Appreciate the help. Deny!
Go in!
Finish without a trace! Shattering the pieces! Attack time! I'll smash you!
A freezing storm!
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry. Discourteous, aren't you?
Not on my watch! On guard! Remains render! Annihilation! A freezing storm! Their hide and seek is on tornado! Here goes! Where are you going? Shield! Mega ray!
I'm ready!
Very well! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory!
Ready to go!
Naturally!
Force of
Regeneration!
regenerate!
Not on my watch!
Being interrupted.
Armor won't save me! Ready and ready!
The tide of battle has turned in our favor.
You made quick work of them!
Indeed.
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Looks like we came out on top.
We just need to make sure we stay there.
Right. And without totally overdoing it.
Great, now I'm hurt and dirty.
Out of our way!
Clear for us a path!
Where are you going? This one's mine! Annihilation! Mega
Are those rocks and skin?
A freezing storm! Here goes! Tornado! Parts their weak points! Mega ray! Glacial perfect! Dance in the wind! Mega ray! Where are you going? Time to shine! Let's get you ready here!
It's go time!
Not in your dreams! Mega ray! Here's a healing arc! A freezing storm! Ice tornado! Let's get back into it!
You wanna play? I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Thunder shall escape my judgment! Waterfall! Here's a healing arc!
Flaming meteor!
A freezing storm! Whirling struggle! Ice tornado! Winds of heaven! First force! Inferno!
Perfect interplay of offense and defense.
I'll tear through anything in my way.
And I shall look forward to posting our victory.
You're spicier than you look!
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic! That's fair. Ice tornado! Here, let me help! Thank you, Dohalim.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
Shattering the...
Celestial runner! Hurricane! Mega ray!
Make it ready!
Zara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not by a long
Here!
shot.
Lightning! Downfall!
On your
shot.
Order! One more! Mega ray!
Stalagmite!
A hard-won victory.
Hey. New equipment!
apart!
Here, let me help.
First aid! Lightning! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Look to it! One more! Water Snake Wake!
Hear me! Flame
No!
A whirling strike! Winds of hell!
Rending you apart! Do it! Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Elusive Deity! Lightning Strike! Flaming Meteor! Elusive Deity! Rotating pile! Unguard!
Now!
Ready, Zionne!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Any chance we could make the next time a little bit warmer?
Does it look like it comes with a thermostat?
Let's dispose of the trash. Annihilate! Not in your dreams! Mega Ray! A freezing storm! Alright! Ice Tornado! Here! Mega Ray! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go! Raging Cascade! Not in your dreams! Ice Tornado! I never fit! Let the marksman handle this! This one's Radiant Flash! No time!
Make it rain!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Vanquish darkness! Mega Ray! A freezing storm!
How about
Ice Tornado!
The tide of battle has turned in our favor.
Then let's keep pressing the attack!
Indeed, but remain ever vigilant.
Annihilation! A freezing storm! Ice Tornado!
Make it rain! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Here goes! Berg Volcano! Radiant
Elusive
Pierce!
Deity!
Make it rain! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
And thus our... strength yet grows.
Out of my way! Lightning Strike! Denied! Armor won't save you! This one's mine!
There! Got it!
Water Snake Wake!
Radiant Pierce! Turn
Elusive
away!
Deity!
There you go! Don't let up! Freezing storm!
Thank you!
Mega Ray! Primed and ready!
Flaming Meteor!
Radiant Pierce!
Is here! Make it rain!
Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
We won that by a mile!
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to fight it.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Don't mind if I do! Mega Ray!
Negative
Annihilation! Radiant Pierce! Mega Ray! A freezing storm! It's showtime! Ice Tornado! Ready!
Mega Ray! Annihilation! Radiant Pierce! A freezing storm! Ice Tornado! I never quit! Let the marksman handle this! Lightning Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry destruction.
There's still more to go! Ice Tornado! A whirling Timing Meteor!
Precision, time. All a perfect 10.
That's it? Nothing else to add?
You take meticulous care of your fire.
Freezing storm! Ice Tornado! Radiant Pierce! Now!
Stay calm. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
I've been doing really great lately.
Now you see what I can do! Not on my watch! I'm only getting started! Radiant Pierce! Radiant Light! Mega Ray! Radiant Pierce! It's showtime! Mega Ray! A freezing storm! Ice Tornado! Here I go! I'm only getting... Arctic Hurt! Coming through! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Not in your dreams! Here's a healing arc! Appreciate the help! Annihilation! Radiant Pierce! Mega Ray! A freezing
Strength as
storm!
beastly as she who...
Is seriously supposed to be a compliment?
Yes. You outbeast the beast.
I thought you more defensive. Minded.
Defense via threat elimination.
So the best defense is a good offense.
Ice Tornado! Mega Ray! Make it Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
You're Alphen! Annihilation! A freezing storm! Ice Tornado!
Ready and rare.
Their arcs were interrupted! First aid! Winds of heaven! First spark! With this, I can become even stronger! Primed and ready! Not in your dreams! Crescent Moon! Sighted! Zionne Mines! Annihilation! Lightning! Downfall! Ice Tornado! Annihilation! Radiant Pierce! Zionne Mines! Here I go! I'm only getting lightning! Downfall! Radiant Pierce!
The tide of battle has turned in our favor.
Then let's keep pressing the attack.
Indeed, but remain ever vigilant.
Mega Ray!
I'm ready!
Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Mega Ray!
This one's mine!
A freezing storm! Make it rain!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Another one down!
Your skills are admirable. Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing anyone, not even as a joke.
I'm not a little kid!
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily. Both of them contain Earth astral energy. Luckily for me, this area is rich not only in fire energy, but Earth as well.
This'll make us even more formidable. I've got plenty to go around.
Ice tornado! Radiant pierce! Mega ray! Annihilation!
I can carve through armor!
Here's the healing art! First
Now you've gone and ticked me off. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Redwell, astral energy! Full throttle!
A flawless victory.
Naturally!
Back into the front hang strike! Far enough! On guard! Lightning strike! Flaming meteor! Lightning!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Flaming meteor!
Armor won't save you!
Now! Shield! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Too slow! Flaming meteor!
It's over!
What would we ever do without you, Kisara?
You've got a whole team to rely on.
Yeah, don't take it apart from winning.
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Not too shabby, if I do say so myself.
Far more than the power I can conjure alone, that's for sure.
Let's see what you've got.
Don't mind if I do.
Mega ray! Illuminate the annihilation! Lightning! I can do this all day! Ice tornado! Radiant storm! Here goes!
The flashing parts are weak. This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. A miracle. Distraction.
There's still more to go.
Shattering the pieces!
Take primed and ready. Mega ray!
Don't mind if I do.
A freezing storm!
Ice tornado!
Up and at 'em, let's go!
Aid! Mega ray!
in the wind!
Lock! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Illuminate the sun!
Here's heavy help!
Flaming meteor! Holy land!
Freezing storm!
Ice tornado! Carve down through! Mega ray! Annihilation! Radiant pierce!
Shattering the pieces!
Now!
Demon's descent! Flashing bang!
So I still had room to grow.
Out of our way!
Coming through!
A freezing storm!
Hydration! Ice tornado! Annihilation! A whirling radiant pierce! Mega ray! Burst forth!
The blasting parts are weak points!
One more!
Hitting pile driver!
Freezing storm!
Ice tornado! Celestial hammer! Ice prison!
A freezing storm!
I'm ready!
Celestial hammer! Redwell, astral energy! Full throttle!
A flawless victory.
Naturally!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Zionne!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Good to know my training is paying off.
the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nayth warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning zeugles?
Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Freezing storm!
Holy Land! Tornado! There you go! Don't let up!
Radiant pierce! Their arms were interrupted!
Here, let me help.
First aid! There's a healing art! First aid!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop!
Ice tornado!
Far enough!
The water's magic is out! Annihilation! Radiant light!
Freezing storm! Your arm!
Here, let me help.
First aid!
Here, let me help.
First aid! Here's a healing art! First aid! Here's a healing art! First aid! Annihilation! In here again!
Heal my healing companion.
A freezing storm! Ice tornado!
Incantation through it.
Here, let me help.
First aid!
Magna ray! Far enough!
Radiant pierce!
Here, let me help.
First aid! Here's a healing art! First aid!
Ignite!
What would I do without a freezing storm! In here! Ice tornado! I'll be saving this. Here's a healing art! Magic is there!
Down on the ground.
Soaring blast! This one's mine!
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
Lightning strike!
I owe you, Zionne.
Healing is what my arts do best.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Everlasting
I'll heal you all! Gale force!
Eat dirt!
Healing orb!
Hurricane
Flash!
Right!
Dance on the wind.
Do it!
Blow them away!
Too slow!
Bathe this light.
Supernova!
Deny!
I'll smash you!
Alright! It's showtime!
One more!
Air pressure!
Bloody just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
Illuminated zone! Take this! Holy Land! Instant!
Eat dirt!
By the power of water! One more!
Searing flame!
Really performance.
Illuminated strike!
Flaming meteor!
Holy Land! Searing flame! Reload!
Glacial Spear.
Pierce evil!
Going in! That's it!
Freeze
Hurricane strike!
Thunder blast!
Strike!
Back into the fray!
Make way!
Learning!
Hurricane strike!
Field!
Going in!
I'll be saving you! It looks like you guys are in trouble! Back into the fray! Annihilation!
Hurricane strike!
Field!
Leave the sorcerers to me!
Let's get out of there with the others! Lunar
Hurricane strike!
Do it!
I'm ready!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Here come more!
You'll just have to keep fighting.
Leave the enemy's arcs
to me. Here's a healing arc. First, where you go? Let the marksman handle this. Negative here. One more time. A freezing storm.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
A freezing storm. Don't mind if I do. Negative tornado. Whoa! Radiant here. Make it open. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Now. A freezing storm. Tornado.
You are dependable as ever.
I'm counting on you just as
Now,
much.
Bizarra, go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Here, let me help. First aid! Huh. Here's a healing art. First aid!
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem. Not in your dreams.
Far enough!
Here's a healing art. First aid! Let's go! Help this! There! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Tiger Blade! One more! Mega Ray! Not on my watch! A freezing storm! Ice Tornado! Here goes! Got this! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Radiant here! Don't mind if I do! Here! Mega Ray! A freezing storm! Ice Tornado! Ready to go! Rotten right! Here goes! A freezing storm! Tornado! I'm out of ammo!
I'm ready!
Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Certainly not.
Don't mind if I do!
Soaring blast!
Magna Ray! A freezing... Where you go! I'm ready! Magna Ray!
Make it rain!
Bizarra! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Now! Dance in the wind! They are trying! A whirling struggle!
I'm ready!
Winds of heaven! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Far beyond the darkest sky! Going in! I'm cold grounded!
Now you see what I can do! Dance on the wind!
A freezing storm!
Flaming meteor!
A whirling struggle!
Mine is spinning just one!
Pieces!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
No dawn shall break this night! I'll thank you!
Let me help!
First aid! In a bind? Tempest! I'll grind you into dust! Bloody
Lunar flash! Illuminate the dark!
No,
It won't end like this!
couldn't make it in time.
Sleep now! Holy
Resuscitation!
land!
Breath of
I
life!
can't
Heal
be
my weary
Take
companion!
that!
Cure!
Raging cascade! Radiant pierce!
Next shot!
Hurricane strike! Blah blah blah! Magic! Sleep now! Here's evil! Seal! Freeze Lancer! Tidal wave! Lunar
Prepare to be
corruption!
healed.
Lightning strike!
Piercing roar!
Sorry, I didn't want to put you out.
What our friends for can't depend on one another.
Here's the rest. I'll bear that in mind.
Now!
Blow them away! Benediction light.
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
All right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
First aid! Here's...
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just...
Alphen!
That's enough! Go back down! Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
I need to be stronger.
What do you know? Another big fire monster with nothing better to do than get in our way!
I wonder where the rest of those lights ended up landing. It looked like they were pretty scattered.
Well, whatever they're after, let's just hope none of them are anywhere near a city. An ambush on civilians is the last thing we need.
Well, no rest for the wicked, right? Though with 1 down and 3 to go, it sounds like our headache is just beginning.
I thought you liked the opportunity to flex your muscles.
Against those things? It's not like I have a death wish. Besides, we've already got our hands full saving the world. Dying stupidly won't be much help to the cause.
Yeah, I guess I can't argue with that logic. Sorry.
Hey, is that it over there?
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Zionne and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Zionne and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Zionne can finally get rid of her thorns. Zionne?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Zionne? Where'd Zionne go? How could she just go off on her own? Zionne. Zionne! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Rolron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Zionne. But tell me how... How is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And Before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Zionne, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
but that's too much. It's way too much. When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Zionne!
Alphen?
Only living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alphen.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Zionne, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys.
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Zionne is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Zionne. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, in a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Zionne is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Zionne doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Zionne in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Zionne's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Zionne wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Zionne doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Zionne what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shionne's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shionne's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shionne?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shionne, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shionne. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renins. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too, to think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shionne.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shionne. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renins, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.